Just so.
Vietnam.
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 Just so Vietnam.
Hello and welcome to Just So Vietnam, a Vietnam travel guide and a guide to the way of life here. In the next 10 minutes we're going to explore modern-day Vietnam through the eyes of expats who call it home. Here's the headlines for today's show. Meet Sam in his segment of Just Ask with some tips for you when learning about Vietnamese wordplay. And then, in our segment of Just Try, let's join Jerry Flynn to taste one of the weirdest foods in Bac Cang Northern Province. And last but not least, a useful tip about motorbike rental for solo travelers in Vietnam will end our show. I'm sure you'd have a lot of questions about Vietnam. We'll bring you Mr. Questioning Sam Paterson. Just ask him any question about travel and life here in Vietnam.
Sam, sao đấy?
Mùi bị bạn gái dần rồi.
Tưởng gì, chuyện thường ngày ở huyện mà. Mà này, tôi biết quán cà phê này, đồ uống ngon, hết sảy con bà Bảy. Ông mà dẫn bạn gái đến á, đảm bảo cô sẽ phê như con tê tê luôn.
It's really interesting to see how Vietnamese people play with words and use puns in everyday conversation. Today, I've been learning some fantastic idioms that are used as catchphrases for people to express themselves in funny ways.
When using an adjective, Vietnamese people often add another noun that has the same vowel and ending consonant to the end of the phrase. This results in a rhythmic expression. For example, chan nhớ con gian or buon nhớ con chuan chuan. The funny part is, cockroaches and dragonflies can't seem to be bored or sad, and that makes the phrases even more amusing.
Now I know how to say those rhythmic expressions. Let's see if I can win my girlfriend back.
Even though these contemporary idioms are used to make your conversations funnier, it's important to understand when it should be used.
Hôm nay em xinh lắm. Xinh nhờ tiếng tiếng. Xinh nhờ minh tiếng.
One of the most amazing things about traveling is getting to try really interesting foods from around the world and what we Westerners might consider weird food that you may not even have heard or seen in your own country. In this edition of Just Try, let's follow Jerry Flynn, a writer from England, in an adventure to Bac Cang Northern Province to taste one of the weirdest foods that he can find.
We were going deep in Dong Sa commune of Nari district, following Van and his sidekick, Nguyen Van Huyen, on one of their larvae hunting expeditions. Going through perilous terrain, not just because it's their job. This isn't about money. It's the call of nature. We wade further upstream, slipping about like figure skaters on a racetrack, but Van and Huyen have the skills of mountain goats, as they constantly climbed with small sticks in their hands.
Eddie, ở đây giữa.
Yeah, good idea.
I'm 26 and this is ridiculously hard for me. These guys, I don't know how old they are, but they are machines. This is ridiculous.
It looks frustrating. Maybe I'm not the type of person for an expedition like this. And larva hunting? Whoa, it must really be very challenging. Let's see what they're doing over there.
Of course, there was more forest to go, but finally, After what felt like centuries, we stopped at a dead tree.
Đây là cây của vườn nhà thôi. Vì vậy là các gia đình được quản lý và tự trồng tự quản lý. Và cái cây này ấy thì nó mọc nó lớn rất nhanh, bà con cũng trồng rất dễ. Vì vậy là cũng mang lại cái nguồn thu nhập cải thiện đời sống cho bà con, góp cho bà con một tí đấy.
It wasn't a convenient place to stop. It was slanted down close to 90 degrees, but according to Huyen, it was a natural hotspot for larvae. Having learned from personal experience how to know if there are larvae inside the tree trunk or not, Huyen put his ear close to the trunk to hear. If he hears the rustle in the trunk, that means the bugs are eating inside.
Đây là cây này là có cũng tương đối rồi. Cẩn thận mắt nó nhanh nhá. Bắn rất ác đấy.
Hacking away at the dead tree, Huyen wedged the head of the axe in between the split of the bark and opened a hefty, fleshy wound in the dead log.
Cây nào mà nếu mà nó có gì để sớm ở đoạn dưới đoạn dưới. Bé lắm. Đây này. Tiến lên trên đây lấy những cái con lớn lớn này. Cây này là nó vừa mới vào.
I wonder if these things can bite. Oh, they have got little teeth, haven't they? That's disgusting.
Nó sẽ ăn khi nào ăn mà ăn hết cảm thấy là xung quanh này là nó thành bột hết. Là mỗi một cây là nó sẽ được vài cân. Thực ra là nó ăn là rất nhiều nhộng thì nó phải ăn như thế này. Nó khi nào nó phải ăn hết cho nên thành bột đi. Một cái mảng gọi là toàn bột. Đấy.
Get straight in there.
Đây là con mẹ nó này. Con này nó đẻ thành con nhộng này này.
Well, that's the mother, so she gets to live.
Nó phải ăn đến tận đây này. Rồi bỏ đi. Đấy.
Nậu xốp rồi.
Con này bỏ cái kia ra. Đến già nhá. Nó chuẩn bị là thành con già nhá. Đấy. Đưa ra.
Break it open.
Đấy, đây này. Đấy. Là nó lại sắp thành con già.
So this is actually a pretty small haul. They would ordinarily get a lot more of these delightful little fellas out of a tree, but this one is just a small one. So how old are these ones?
Con đòn nhỏ này thì nó rơi khoảng độ tầm 2-3 ngày. Con to này là bây giờ được khoảng độ tầm 10-15 ngày.
I've seen many travel bloggers eating coconut worm larvae or doongzua before, but I've myself never tasted them. I'm pretty sure that our friend Jerry hasn't tasted them ever, and they're about to taste them right away. Let's see.
While Van was busy instructing Jerry on how to skewer these hulking, yellow worms, they feel like soft, cooked pasta shells. Today's not a lucky day for Van and Huyen because normally they can get 5 to 6 kilograms. Even some of the bigger ones have about 10 kilograms of worms. At local market, they can sell for 200,000 Vietnam dong per kilo.
The whole thing? Cool.
Nào, ngon không?
It's actually really good.
Nó có mùi, nó rất thơm.
Crispy.
Rất thơm. Như là
Bây giờ là dùng nữa đấy.
như là con muỗng.
And now I want to share these simple but effective Vietnamese travel tips with you in this segment of Just Go. Hope that you too can dive right into the deep end and experience what this incredible country has to offer. Traveling in Vietnam, tourists can choose different types of transportation to go around. One of the most popular transportation that you see on the streets is motorbike. It is also common for travelers to rent their own bikes, as it is a great opportunity for you to discover Vietnam on your own. Here are some tips you should know before renting a motorbike. Places that rent bikes to foreigners are more likely to be located in tourist areas, for example, Pham Ngu Lao area in Ho Chi Minh or the Old Quarter in Hanoi. Prices for motorbike rental will be around $6 to $13 per day. You will need to fill out a form to answer some personal information and to leave your passport or ID card as a deposit. Do not forget to get the contact details of the rental place in case something happens with your bike. Most places will have a selection of manual shift and automatic shift motorbikes for you to choose. You must check the bike before leaving. Tires, brakes, gear stick and horn should be in good condition. Also check if all lights and indicators can be turned off and on. If possible, you should take a quick test ride around the block. And last but not least, do not forget to wear a helmet and comply with the traffic regulations. Have a safe trip! And with that, we already come to the end of this episode. Now, if you like this program, then be sure to leave your comments on our fan page, VTV World, or to subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am Martijn on Just So Vietnam!